finally, मैं चला रहा हूँ Thar Roxx, one of the cars that we have been waiting since I think years, eternity. Lots of spy shots, and to talk with me, the Thar Roxx, obviously the man himself who needs no introduction, Pratap Bose, who looks after the crucial aspect, the thing that pulls us into the showrooms. It's the design. So thank you so much. I know very busy roles and all. Yesterday, I think we caught up, and obviously your idea was to do a walk around sort of.
Yeah.
Today it's much more relaxed, and that really is much better. Yesterday was crazy. So obviously it's your gaming, and but for me the one thing that strikes is the grill. Can you just tell us?
Yeah, so thank you for having me, and I always like to say good things come to those who wait. So of course, we wanted to get the product absolutely right. It has to go through a very rigorous testing and development process, and when it's right, we've brought it to when we were convinced internally, we brought it to market. And as you mentioned, the face of the car is dominated by the grille, and I like to call this. I nicknamed it the six-pack. Grill. It's muscular. It has a lot of presence. When you see it from the front or in your rear view mirror, you know the Roxx is in front or behind you. Of course, that gets complemented by the the C-shaped DRL and the LED projector, and that creates it's an iconic product anyway.
Was this a different? Because obviously the three-door obviously doesn't have. Was this a design that you added to make it different?
Yes, absolutely, and to differentiate it, to move the design of the car on as well. We showed a product, a concept called Thar E as well. So the Thar family, we are all our brands, and we are a house of brands. So all the brands we are moving the design on to something more modern, stronger, more contemporary. So this is across the portfolio, and this grill you see is the latest sort of.
It's I think the big factor.
Yeah. It's a big.
I'll just take to one more thing. Obviously, the big talking point is this: the door handle and
the seat.
Yes, can you just talk?
Yeah, in India we have the traffic situation is quite dense.
Yeah.
You don't always get to see a car from a distance. Usually it's covered by something, or there's a tree, or there's a road divider. The car should be recognized even in small parts without even seeing the whole. So the idea was to create a very, very iconic C-pillar, and of course this notch going all the way and coming down what we call the ridge, to create that so that when you're sitting in your car and from your window you're able to only see one part of the Roxx, straight away it's a Roxx. And today you must have seen, when you're driving around, people turn to look. What is
every
this?
5 minutes? It's crazy attention. But what was the position of door handle? How do you?
Yeah, so we want to of course blend it in completely into the body, so that you have the silhouette which almost looks like a small mini pickup truck. So if you see the silhouette of the Roxx, it's actually got that. It's got that and a small, almost like a load bed, and that makes it unique. We did of course try putting the handle in the more regular place, but it spoiled the sort of cleanliness of the side.
Yeah. And also this I think looks well integrated.
Yes, it's sort of hidden away.
Yeah.
It's a nod to a 5-door without becoming obvious.
Yeah. One more thing, could you just explain all these?
We feel the Thar is a product that is so personal that someone will actually wash their own car. Maybe one weekend out of 4, or they will not always leave it to the car washing guy. They want to sometimes do it themselves. And we feel, okay, you have the car, you've had it for a few months, you're washing it yourself on a Sunday, and you come across this and it puts a little smile on your face.
Yeah.
That
it's the detail.
Yeah, then you left the camel behind in the desert and you've gone up.
So it's a detail.
It's a
one last thing,
yeah.
Of course, the rear styling again. So lot of pressure trying to maintain the 3-door element, but also trying to make it different also.
Yeah.
So you've gone for the typical spare wheel mounted.
Yes.
But the tail lamp is different.
Yeah. So the tail lamp again we're bringing in the C shape. It's this nice diffused sort of LED look. You can't see any spots. It's very beautifully done actually. When you see it at night, come on, it looks very striking. And again, from the back in the night or in the evening, that's probably the only thing you see. And if that combined with the sort of diamond cut wheel will create the identity for the Roxx.
I think it looks spectacular because it's a very sort of car that uses a lot of love.
Yes.
It's very difficult. It's a lot of weight on your shoulder.
Yeah, it's a responsibility as well as an opportunity. You can't go too far from what people understand, remember, recognize, but you need to make some steps forward. So you have to calibrate that. How far do you go? How far is too far? You have to sort of know that.
Last question: is this your most challenging design, or was it one of the most challenging, or
No, I think all design is challenging. 3XO we just launched.
yes.
Again, there we were entering a segment which is very crowded. How do you stick out in a segment like that? We had to do something very bold, very dramatic. It polarized a lot of people in the beginning, opinion, as you know. But look, now 2-3 months on, people have, loved it. In fact,
success?
it's a success.
Yeah.
Touch wood, and we're doing very well on the numbers. Same thing here. This is an icon. So, like I said, there's a responsibility to move the game on, but not go too far that you can't recognize the icon at all. So it's a very fine balance, but it's a great challenge to have. I mean, as a car
One
designer.
question I ask every designer, someone, because for you, does it get tougher with the more stricter regulations? Because obviously, making a car design, you have to think about this sort of million things about the safety norms, the crash norms, and the packaging. So, when designing a car, do all these things go in one, or it just first let's shape goes how to do? It's a very complicated process.
It's a complicated process, but you have some experience, obviously, designing around legislation and other conditions that are continuously changing. We therefore have that sort of knowledge baked into when you're sketching. Even you will not sketch something that is so out of any legislative sort of boundaries that later the sketch and the final product don't match. We know somehow what those boundaries are. Of course, through the process, we move things around. Some legislation sometimes comes in the middle of a project, which is even harder to deal with because you've gone so far. And then
Some of them like the sub 4 meter.
Sub 4 meter pedestrian protection, for example. Some crash norms. They increase the speed at which cars crash, the offset. So that can happen. It's part and parcel of our business. But I think in the design team, there's enough experience to know where to sort of stay. We then shoot for a very strong image of the product. We wanted the 19-inch wheels. We wanted a certain dominating tire size. Where the car in wheelbase alone has grown 400 mil over the 3-door. So you can't have a sort of wheel tire size which is the same as that. It has to grow with the car. So then look proportionate. So there's no compromise on that.
Thank you so much. I think it's a really good looking car.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for this since you I've been seeing the spy shots and all, but seeing how nicely it's executed, I think what I just quoted also means that it's the essence of the car.
Yes.
But without still expanding the car.
That's right. That's right.
The fine line.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Thank you.
For exclusive and insightful videos, subscribe to our new channel ABP Live Premium.